Hey, y'all. We are here. I'm here with a special guest. She is a prolific speaker, professional writer, editor, and an educator. Dr. Monica Hardy, hailing all the way from the Sunshine State. How's the weather there? I'm jealous.
Well, it's sunny. It's the
Okay.
sun is out. So, no, what's the weather there in Chicago?
Well, no, we in Detroit. We're in Detroit.
You're in Detroit? Okay, right. Michigan.
The sun is out. It's not as warm as it probably is there, but we dealing with it.
We good. We good here. Let me see. Let me give you an exact temperature here. We are 77 degrees.
I can't stand you.
Oh no, wait. 84 degrees.
Hold on. So the low is 77.
Yes, I was reading backwards. 84 now, and about later today, 77 is the lowest we gonna get. Don't hate.
Anyway, I don't care. Well, thank you so much for joining me. You guys, I have this special guest. She is a professional writer, educator, editor, with a background in health administration, management, human resources, so many. And I'm going to let her speak to her background a little bit because I really want you guys to get that. But she's here to help us reset our resume and secure our dream job. I know anybody and everybody wants to hear those words these days. Any job is good. So, but your dream job is amazing right now. So, Dr. Monica, before we jump into the content, give us a little insight on your professional background.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity and for doing this. Thank you so much. I so appreciate my brothers and sisters all over how we just come together and work together. So thank you for this platform and this opportunity. My background is multifaceted. I have my undergraduate degree in health information management. Okay. And then I have my master's is in management and human resource development. And then my doctorate, I have two, one in education and one in ministry. So the degrees, I feel like they tell a little bit of a story because I was working in healthcare for over 10 years. And while doing that, I was also functioning as a lead professor at the University of Phoenix for 13 years. While doing that, I had a business growing on the side, which was strictly writing resumes. So I now write more than resumes. And then from there, after my mother died, I kind of shifted to ministry and I went to full-time pastoring then.
Wow.
And now I've launched the entrepreneurship. My business went from resumes and beyond to effective enterprises because the nature of my services changed. So I have been doing now primarily ministry. I still function as an educator. Any opportunity I can get as an adjunct professor, I still teach on the side. But I absolutely love being an educator and I love writing. And I kind of just happened up on writing by being an educator. So I didn't start out as a professional writer. It's just a gift that God gave me, but it ended up being expounded.
Wow.
That's in a nutshell. I hope that's a nutshell.
That's good. That's good. Well, you let us know we are in capable hands. That is for sure. So we're here with this subject on the resume reset. As I think about we preparing for this, I was thinking about just the resume process, and I remember my days when I putting together a resume, didn't know what to do, and it was just a mess. I thought it was good though, because I put all my good qualities. I didn't did this, I didn't did that, and I gave it to someone like such as yourself, and they were like, "Oh no, this is a mess." I'm like, "Well, what?" And they helped me get it together. So I realized how necessary this is. But let's talk about why this is necessary in this particular season of our life. Most of us are quarantined at home. Some are still working. But why is the resume reset so important right now?
First of all, one thing about resumes is we are procrastinators. We don't need them until we need them. Once we get that job, we throw the whole concept of a resume to the side and we don't think about it anymore. So most of us have been employed, going about our day-to-day, and now COVID-19. COVID-19 is shutting companies down. It is shifting people to remote. It is making people more mobile now. It is shifting people more in technology, just like me and you just had going back and forth with the Zoom. And get this, we're technical savvy. So
yes, that's right.
I can imagine someone who's not technical savvy. So I'm just saying, it's forcing a different set, a different type of career sets, skill sets. So even as I am a speaker, even some of the jobs that I've recently have been looking at to work from home, more remote, they're asking me to send in writing samples. They're asking me to do videos. They want to see my speaking abilities. They want to know how well I am interpersonally, because you're not technically face to face with someone. And it's amazing. You have to show all of this before you meet them through a document called a resume. And most people, they're prepared for, if I can just get in the door to get the interview, I'll get the job. Well, that's the challenge. That resume have to get you in the door to get the job. So there's no better way now than to go ahead and launch this resume reset and ask people, listen, pull those resumes out, dust them off. Even if you feel like your job is secure, why not go ahead and get the training at a reasonable rate? Because you never know when you're going to need it.
That's right.
It was an opportunity for me to just be a blessing, because a lot of people will come to me for the resume service when they're in a transition, and then they realize, they'll say, you cost too much. No, when you had the money, you wasn't thinking about a resume.
You think about Gucci and everybody else.
Right. It's like, don't wait until you're fired or you're in transition or all these things are happening. Go ahead and keep your resume current. A resume is a living, breathing document, and it is changing along with you.
Wow, so good. Let's talk about the document itself specifically. When sitting down to work on your resume as an individual, I know there are so many elements that go into it, but what should be your number one focus? Like, what is the number one focus for somebody that may sit down today to say, I'm going to put my resume? What should they be thinking about?
I think the very first thing that people need to do is show their value. That's critical. That's number one. A lot of people, when they write a resume, they're busy saying what they've done. But the employer is interested in the impact and the value and the results of what you have done. So for an example, if you put a sentence on your resume that says, I created a manual, wonderful. As far as I'm concerned, wonderful. But to your employer, what did the manual do? Did it increase something? Did it decrease something? Did it save the company money? What did the manual do? Everybody is busy talking about the little small, minute things. Let me tell you something. People don't read, they glimpse. So if they have a stack of resumes, they're going to pull that resume that's going to show value, that's going to show numbers, that's going to show quantitatives. That's what they want to see. Okay. Now, the workshop is broken down into three aspects: focus, the format, and the feelings. I call the feelings the content, okay? Because there are a lot of things that keep people from wanting to read your resume. Okay? And according to statistics, only 2% of resumes are actually really reviewed. 98% of the resumes are chunked and set to the side. That's a lot. That's a huge number.
Huge.
So your resume needs to speak. Your resume actually has a voice, and it needs to speak for you. And a lot of people, I talk to clients almost every day, and they send me their documents. And when I interview them, when we move to the consultation phase, they're telling me things that's not even on their resume. I'm going, this isn't on your resume. Where is this skill set you're talking about? They haven't mentioned it. I have business owners never list their businesses. So I like to try and consult with clients. But this way, this training would allow me to break the resume down in edible bites and help them see the document the way I see it, through a different lens.
So good. You talk about putting your value on the paper so people can know what value you bring. I remember, and this takes me back to my beginnings with the resume, and I'm still not good at all. I still need people like you in my life. That's why I'm so glad you're my friend and my sister. But I remember I listed everything. I mean, and it was good stuff. It was good stuff. Talk about that. What needs to be on the resume? Is it specific to the job or the profession? Yes. Explain that.
Yes. I tell people all the time, you have to have almost a different resume with almost every job you apply for. And people don't believe that, but you really do. When I get ready to write my own resume, which I write it, but I have someone to review it, I have to, first of all, go read the job description. The question must be asked, where are you going? Where you been, where you are, where you going? Your resume has to answer the question to where you're going. Resume writers write to your next, not necessarily to your now.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. So we may have information in there about our now, but the writing process is to your next. So I'm trying to look at where you're trying to go, and I'm trying to line up what you've done and what you're doing to make you look nice for where you're going. And a lot of people miss that. So yes, you do have to write to where you're going.
Okay. Sounds so good. Now, what about, you talk about speaking your value, but what about maybe that college student who's maybe in college or just getting out, or maybe even that high school student who doesn't really have a work career or a work history?
Absolutely.
Is this something that they can benefit from?
Yes, because what happens is I build now we're tapping into what I call formatting. See, this is why I broke it into different sections, because now you have to change your format. There are two basic formats to a resume, okay? But one of them that people kind of shy from is the functional one. And the functional one is probably the one you could do the most customization on. And with the student, you really have to pull on their skills. You have to pull on their clinicals, their internships, their externships, their practicums, any type of practical experience that they have, we have to pull on that. Even high schoolers, I can make Chick-fil-A look real good. Because see, it's more than just I flipped a burger. There were some business skills in that. There were some financial skills if you dealt with the register. You know, there was some interpersonal skills that you had to deal with. You know, so there are a lot of skills. See, a lot of people don't understand what, you know, I have this acronym TASK, T-A-S-K, talents, abilities, skills, and knowledge. TASK. Okay, so I'm looking at your skills, not necessarily your knowledge, not necessarily your abilities, but your skills. Okay, so and then some people fail to even list their skills on a resume. So where are your skills?
Wow.
You know, that speaks to focus, which is the first workshop. So the first workshop is focus. The second is the format. And then the third is the filling. Because I need people to understand from the moment someone looks at your resume, they're trying to see whether you know where you're going or not. That's the focus. So each one is tailor fit to answer specific questions and help you organize and strategically align this document.
Wow. And you're also doing free reviews on the resumes, is that correct?
Yes. So basically what that means is anybody that registers for all three, I will allow you to email me your resume. I'm going to look at it, review it, tell you what's wrong with it, and all of that. I'm not going to go deep into a consult now. I'm not going to do an actual full a diagnostic on it. That will be a resume consultation. However, for those that take all three workshops, I will give you a 15% discount off your consultation. So I'm
good.
Really trying to help people out in this season. Really,
yes.
I really am. I really want, because every section of this is different. Usually I offer the resume reviews. The consult is a cost for that, and then the actual resume is a separate cost, because those are separate appointments.
So good. Now you mentioned 3 sessions. I want everybody to know this is a nominal fee. It's only what, $20 a session.
20. I priced it at $20.20 to represent the year 2020. $20.20. And you literally just go to my website. That's www.drmonicahardy.com. Go to my shop tab and you're going to see the flyer. Just add the cart and pay the $20.20. This week, it will start tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 7th. Yes, I have my calendar here at 6:30. The first workshop will probably run about an hour. The very next Thursday will be the second. The very next Thursday will be the last one. Each workshop, register for them separately, register for them each week. Now, if you want to just go on and pay $60 and register at one time, fine. I'll just add you to the Zoom every week. But it's a phenomenal cost. These types of workshops run literally over $100 an hour.
Wow. Wow.
It's very expensive. And I think that most people are not even fully aware at the cost of resumes. They would be, some people just are blown away, but you have to realize, especially those of us with heavy credentials, the more credentials you have, the more experience you have, the more your document will cost, which makes sense because that's the higher dollar you want to make.
So good. So good. Now it's 2020 per session. That's I just want to reiterate, that's May 7th starting tomorrow. The second session will be May 14th. And then the last one will be Thursday, May 21st. Right. This is phenomenal. $20, we spend that
at Chick-fil-A. At Burger King. Come on, let's be real.
Absolutely. I got to ask about, we are in a digital age of technology. We have so many apps and things on here. One specifically is the LinkedIn. And I'm just curious, from your professional background, do you think there's a possibility that the traditional, resume will become obsolete with sites like LinkedIn and other platforms?
I don't know that it will become obsolete, but I think a lot of right now we're truly gravitating toward it. So after a while, it may totally, but some businesses still, just think about a mom and pop establishment when they hire, they're probably not going to go to LinkedIn. I mean, corporations, absolutely. They would probably just pull off of LinkedIn. Now, at times, LinkedIn could be a little overwhelming to some organizations because they have everything out there. You have profiles, it's long, it's drawn out, it taps into everything. And some organizations don't want all of that. So take the military for an example. Military probably won't totally pop into LinkedIn like that because their job requirements and what they require is very specific. You know, there are certain organizations that I go out and I look at their job sites and their application process. It's already tedious enough to apply for a job, but some of the things that they're asking for, they don't want all of that. So your LinkedIn profile gives a very great broad wealth of knowledge of who you are, but that organization that wants to tailor that down, they may not want that. So it's kind of depend. It could very well, but I don't see it happening right now.
Right. So good. Well, I have to ask, you mentioned mom and pop, and for many of the entrepreneurs, there are so many people that are in business for themselves. I'm self-employed. I do my own thing. How do they fit into this spectrum? Because many of them may think just because they're self-employed that they don't need a resume.
They do.
Speak to that.
I believe you do. I too am an entrepreneur. And sometimes we have seasons of variances in our finances as entrepreneurs. And sometimes you may want to dust your skills off and you need to know how, first of all, to quantify your own business. So a lot of us working for ourselves, without doing your resume, you're not listing or writing the skills that's required for your business. What happened when God allows that business to expand and you need staff then? Now, there's some things that you need to quantify for your own business. Okay. So yes, I believe as an entrepreneur, you very much so need to create your resume. You need to tell the impact your business makes. I have not worked. I went for 10 years as of 2007 up into just this year. This year I had a 4-month contract position. But prior to that, I went 12 years after coming out of the traditional job scene. And I've been an entrepreneur for 12 years. So if I have that huge span on my resume, then I decide to take on a contract position from home, okay, and work from home, but I had to submit a resume. How do I justify that time frame? And my business was wealthy as far as what I did. I mean, my writing skills, my speaking skills, you know, all that I did within my business. If I was not able to list those things, then how would anyone know? So now, just based on all that I've done, people have said, Dr. Hardy, send me a writing sample. I have them because I took the time and I quantified my business on my resume. So people saw I wasn't 10 years just sitting home.
Yeah.
But honestly, sitting home as a housewife, you can have a nice resume.
You say you can, what you say you can make it happen for?
Well, you know, at the amount, at the type of skills, you know, when you And see, in situations like that, that's where your cover letter really comes into play. That's when you need your nice, good cover letter. Most time your resume should be able to stand on its own 2 feet. But if in fact it cannot, you're an entrepreneur, you're a student, or you work from home, you're a mompreneur, as we call it, then you need your strong cover letter. And that will back you.
And will that be covered within those 3 sessions? Will you tap into that a little bit?
I did not have the cover letter down as one of my topics, but I will mention it. If a question comes up to it, I can definitely go over it.
Wow. Well, the Resume Reset, a workshop to help you refocus, refuel, refill, and revive your resume. I got to ask, because you have a human resources background, and there's an age-old adage that many have been victims of what I call professional profiling, where their resume has been thrown out simply because of something minuscule like their name. And we've seen that in our communities a lot. Don't name that baby that, she ain't gonna be able to get a job. Can you speak to that? Have you seen that with your colleagues in your professional space?
I have definitely seen that with my colleagues. Now, my expertise in human resource has been the DV side. I call it human resource development, not human resource management. It's a difference, because you have a lot of people viewing that maybe in the HR world. So HR world, those that do your employability, your union issues, your staffing issues, that's HR management. I'm more on the training side, human resource development. However, in my networking with the professionals, yes, I have seen that. And what they're trying to do now with some of the system design, the way they are screening jobs, and so funny, when you go out and apply for a job, you have all them little unique little boxes to check. They're doing that now to try to narrow the field on people applying for jobs that they're not really qualified for. That's what they're trying to do. However, I do believe that we end up falling into a little bit of a pigeonhole, because you could take a person like me that may have multiple skill sets, and I'll still get kicked to the side and say, oh, she's overqualified or underqualified, just because I don't name that skill that they want right on the head. And you just get kicked out of the group. It is so easy to do. So absolutely, I think it's very easy to profile based on names, based on experience. And I tell people, listen, a resume is a resume. A job application is a job application. Stop creating your resume like you're filling out a job application. Sometimes on your resume, you give people too much information.
So good.
Right. So you'll sit there and you'll say that you have a bachelor's, here's the school, and here's the city, state that the school is in, university. That's good. That's all you need to say. Now you going all into I was 5th in my class, and this what year I came out. Stop. You are making them profile you.
I won best dress. Look.
Take all that off. Leave all that off. That's what the job application is for. And I've seen many resumes that's way too much information. And you kind of make people, they can determine your age. They can determine a lot about you because you've given them too much information.
Wow. Well, this is so good to me. The Resume Reset workshop starts tomorrow, May 7th. It's a 3-day session. Dr. Hardy, tell them how they can get tickets again.
They simply just go to my website, www.drmonicahardy.com. No periods, no nothing. It's DRMONICAHARDY.com. That's my name, drmonicahardy.com. And simply go to the shop tab and then click on, you will see the little, the flyer about the Resume Reset. Just add to cart and pay for it. As soon as I see your name come up, I'm going to send you the little Zoom invite. I send you the login. I have all the Zooms already pre-scheduled. Hopefully no technical difficulties. And we're going to pop in. And registration has been a little slow. And I'm hoping that it will speed up, because sometimes it's just the nature of the beast for us to be a little bit last minute. So I'm hoping, I get a good group, because it's really good information.
Absolutely.
And I have so many people calling me about resume service, and I spend a lot of time educating people on things about the resume. So I'm hoping they will take advantage of this. Just take advantage of it. Just jump on, come take it. On the first night, I promise it will not be that long, unless they just have a lot of questions.
So good, so good. Now just
might be a little longer because it's probably more information.
No problem. I think it's great. Now, just for people who may view this maybe a week from now, can they jump in on that second session after not being okay?
Right. Yeah. If you missed the first session and you want to jump in on the second session, fine. If you missed the second and want to jump in the third, and I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people, I broke it into sessions, because someone may say, well, I know how to focus and format my resume. My issue is content. Or another person may say, well, I have very good content, but I don't know how to lay it out. I don't know how to format it. That's fine. Whichever workshop. But I have got some little perks in place for people that do all three. And the reason why I think having the knowledge of all three is so important, because when you hire a resume writer, for an example, I have people that will come to me and they will say, well, Dr. Hardy, I've done my resume. I just need you to tweak it.
And we know what that means. It needs an overhaul.
Exactly. Resume writers, professional writers can't tweak. Because your content might be head on, but your format might be jacked up. Or your format you may have a beautiful format, but your content is bad. Or your content and your format is great, but you're not focused. It's like I look at your resume and go, well, what job what are you trying to do? Where are you going? It's not focused. So to me, if you come to me for resume service, I'm sorry, I probably am going to have to make you all over again.
Yeah, make me over. Make me over.
Now I'm using your information, but remember, resumes is constantly changing. It is constantly changing. And believe me, for those who may want to know, yes, I when I first started resume writing, it was, in 2005. I was a college professor, and I had a lot of students bringing me their resumes, and I just would fix the resumes and think nothing of it, until one of my students was working for a bank, and he was literally that guy that was in the position and just needed the paper, the degree. And he came up to me one day and he said, you really need to consider resume writing as a profession. And he handed me a wad of money. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you can't give me money. I'm your instructor. They don't think I'm doing something wrong. And I went back and he was paying me the proper value of that resume. Wow. And I took his advice. I got a tutor. Her name is Wendy Enlow. Years ago, she is still a resume writer to this day. As a matter of fact, she's written some of the books I reference, like this book right here, Modernize Your Resume. You see the name here, Wendy Enlow. She has much material here. She was one of my tutors. She tutored me personally. Wow. She trained me in resume writing. And I actually went to a resume writing conference. Can you believe that? I didn't know. There's a resume writing conference. There's a resume writers association. I went to the conference. I went to the association, and my mind was absolutely blown. Wow. And you've been doing it ever since. Doing it ever since. Wow. And it amazes me how much this one document has grown. And the Lord has just blessed me as a resume writer, because I thank God that just about everybody I write a resume for, they get that interview. Wow. Wow. And that's what they long for, is to get that interview. For somebody that may want to hire you, they may want to go beyond the 3-day workshop. Are you available to do personal? I am. Okay. I am available. And how can they reach you? They can simply send me an email, or they can call me. I have a postcard out there. Everybody pretty much knows, but I have a postcard on my website. Everything is there. Just click on Effective Enterprise. I have a one-stop shop website. So while you're on that website, go to Effective. The name of the business is Effective Enterprises, and click on Effective. You'll see a big postcard, how to contact me. You can fill out a worksheet while you're there telling me what you need. It comes straight to my phone.
Wow. And for you guys that are looking, we have linked the website down below, so you can always go down there and click it. The Resume Reset 3-day workshop starting May 7th, tomorrow at 6:30. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for those that will be getting their resume revived and getting off to a good start, because this is a good season to do that.
It is. It really is. You know, if anyone come out of this season saying, I just want to go back to normal, you missed the whole point of this whole shift.
Now you moving into something.
Come on now.
You tapping in. Okay.
Let me go do that. I'm not gonna even do that. I'm not gonna do that. Hold me back. Hold me back.
Bible study night, so I know you got that oil on you.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me go into a small preach right there. But we know we cannot come out of this the same way we went into this. You know, this is not this was a shifting, you know. So I think that this is a preparation. And you know what? I even said, COVID, you know, we cannot handle a 2020 rather, was a new decade, not just a new year. And we cannot handle a 2020 challenge with a 2019 mentality. And that's what many of us are trying to do. Now, the Lord let us know, y'all wasn't ready. Y'all wasn't ready. This is a new decade. So God is preparing us and shifting us for what's coming. So let's get ready for technology, innovation, mobility, remote. Let's get all these words. Let's get ready for the new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, forget about that old thing and let's come on into this new thing. And
That's right.
You need to prepare for this.
Wow.
And I believe that job employability is a major part of the economy. A lot of people are losing jobs, changing jobs, and I just want to be a blessing. I just want my little spot, however I can help.
You got it. Well, Dr. Monica, I appreciate you joining me. The Resume Reset, y'all. The Resume Reset, a 3-day workshop starts tomorrow. Check it out at drmonicahardy.com. And even if you missed the Reset course, check her out. She's a phenomenal writer, editor. She will get you together. So definitely reach out to her. Dr. Monica, I appreciate you for joining me.
Thank you so much, dear. So good to see you, sis.
You too. Enjoy all that sunshine. I'm jealous.
I know, right?
I'll be in touch real soon.
All righty.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.